Hey, so I've had quite a few questions about my oil catch can setup, why I've used it, and what difference does it make. For starters, it's not a mandatory thing, it's very much a personal thing. This is how I did it. The reason that I did it is because I don't want oil vapor or oil getting into my intake system. Now, for whatever reason, car manufacturers decided it was a good idea to inject oil vapor into the intake to try and reduce emissions. As far as I'm concerned, is they introduced a whole lot of other problems, especially if you have an EGR valve, which most modern cars do have. Now, you've heard lots and lots of times about how EGR valves have blocked up, how DPFs and CATs have blocked up because of soot. So what happens is that the air oil separator or pressure relief valve down here on top of the T4 2.5 TDI and many other cars, basically what happens is this pressure relief valve or air oil separator will divert oil vapor from that into the intake track back there just ahead of the turbo. I have blocked off that because I have routed my hose that goes from the pressure relief valve or air oil separator into a reducer and then up to the oil catch can, which is over there. Now, this is the second oil catch can type that I've tried. The reason why I went to an oil catch can, beside the fact that I don't want sludge buildup inside of my intake manifold, which is the result of oil vapor mixing with the exhaust gases from the EGR valve. The EGR is an exhaust gas recirculation valve. It feeds exhaust gases into the intake. I don't know why, but they do. And what happens is the oil vapor and the exhaust gases come together and form an unholy union called sludge. And basically, as you saw in my other video about cleaning out my intake manifold with 25 years of sludge in it, it makes a significant difference to the performance of the car, because the intake manifold builds up with that oily sludge over time, and it just restricts the airflow through the ports into the cylinders, which is not a good thing. Let me say it again, that is not a good thing. Clean your intake manifold if you never have. I did mine after about 150 odd thousand miles, and I could not believe the difference that it made to the airflow. So there is a video, there's a link in the description, go and check it out. But back to my oil catch can. All of that oil vapor gets fed into the oil catch can. In here it separates the air and the oil. The oil accumulates in this little canister here at the bottom, and this can unscrew and I can pour it out every now and again. I've emptied it maybe twice in the few years that I've had it on here, and it's had probably, maybe 20% of pure oil in it. Oil that would have landed up in my intercooler or in my intake tract, intake manifold, and everywhere else. It's not where I want it. And then the oil catch can vents the air through this little filter into the atmosphere. And believe me, this is better for the environment, because your engine is going to run cleaner with less buildup from the EGR valve. Now, an EGR delete and blanking off your EGR is a personal decision. Older vehicles don't have EGRs. Crossover vehicles, some of them have EGRs. The T4s are kind of in that crossover if you're 99 2000 like mine. Mine did not have a proper EGR built into it. There was no control flap or anything like that. So yeah, that's the reason why I took mine out. And that is my oil catch can setup. Pretty straightforward. I can't remember exactly what the outlet size is on the pressure relief valve. It's probably around about 20 millimeters, maybe an inch. So I've got a short run of hose, which then goes into a reducer. Now the reducer that you will need to use will depend on the outside diameter of this inlet port on the oil catch can that you decide to use. Mine, I think, went from something like 20 mil or so, like I said, off the pressure relief valve down to about 16, I think it is. So the hose needs to be an inside diameter that matches the outside diameter of the inlet and the outlet of your AOS, your air oil separator. Now this is standard for any car that has this little so-called emissions reduction thing. Like I said, all it does in my experience is introduce sludge to your intake system. The oil builds up in your intercooler, which of course is pre-EGR, but the oil vapor mixes with the exhaust gases and fills up your intake manifold, blocks your intake ports, and of course gets into the combustion chamber, which will make your engine run far less efficiently than if it was all clean and that the airflow was as it was designed to be. So in my opinion, and it's a personal opinion, EGR valves and oil vapor in the intake system does nothing but make the engine less efficient, and that results in more emissions, not less emissions, because the engine is using more fuel to try and work hard because it's not getting enough air, so effectively it's been overfueled. Anyway, some people will disagree with me. I have found a difference. This is my choice. If you want to do it, that's how I've done it. And hopefully that answers some of the questions that I've been getting about it. Why I use my oil catch can and how I've implemented on my system. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. It's free, it doesn't cost you a thing. I'll keep sharing videos anyway. But there you go, oil catch can done and dusted. Let's move on to something else.